It seems that this mantra was written by Shebendhu. I don't know whether it is 17th March or 19th March, 1933. But anyway, it is close to that, you see, after 83 years. So we are doing the descent of the divine Shakti's power in the soul of Savitri. That is what this section is describing, section 127, section 3 or 127 here. Now, we have seen the painting of Huta for this line, for this sentence. Then, with a magic transformation speed, they rushed into each other and grew one. Because it is magic, so we can't speak anything about that. It is transformation which is important, and this transformation comes with tremendous speed at once. Now, our point was they rushed. Both of them are rushing into each other. The divine Savitri rushing into the soul of Savitri, the soul of Savitri rushing towards divine Savitri. They rushed. This day is what is being described in this section. How the divine Savitri is rushing into the soul of Savitri, how the soul of Savitri is rising up and leaping up towards the divine Savitri. So it is that they rushed, which is what we have got in this section. In other words, you can see how yogically the poet is always complete in taking care of every phrase he uses in Savitri. He simply doesn't leave to our imagination, they rush into each other. He is now describing the entire sequence of happening, how things are happening actually. He doesn't leave to our imagination how they are rushed into each other, you see. So the whole section is now basically concerned with that aspect of they rushing into each other. The first thing is, of course, but now the half-opened lotus bud of her heart. This has opened out halfway. And an image revealed the secret soul. The moment that opens out, then you see the secret soul there. There was no wall severing the soul and mind, no mystic fence guarding from the claims of life. Okay. Then it goes further down. In its deep lotus home, her being set. Savitri is being, divine Savitri is being in the individual Savitri here, set as if on concentration's marble seat, calling the mighty mother of the world. So she is calling now. That rush aspect now is coming now more and more important. She is calling, please, divine mother, mighty mother, come and take possession of me. Calling the mighty mother of the world to make this earthly tenement her house. Take charge of me. She is calling her down, see. And then as in a flash from a supernal light, in response to that call, a living image of the original power, a face, a form came down into her heart and made of it its temple and pure abode. So, this is the rushing. She is calling down the mighty mother, please come down and take possession of my earthly form, my earthly body, my earthly house. And she is coming here and taking now the charge of the whole thing and making her earthly house a temple for the God to reside. So that is the kind of rushing. She is calling and the response is there received. But when his feet had touched the quivering bloom, a mighty movement, so they are coming down here. Now as a result of that, what happens to the earthly house? When his feet had touched the quivering bloom, a mighty movement rocked the inner space, as if a world was shaken and found his soul. A world was shaken and found his soul as a result of that impact of her coming down. She is pressing her feet in the half opened lotus of the heart, you see. As if a world was shaken and found his soul out of the inconscient, soulless, mindless night. A flaming serpent rose, released from sleep. So that is the aspect of rushing now, of the two things again coming simultaneously, from above, from below, rising up, you see. It rose, billowing its coils, and stood erect, and climbing mightily, stormily on its way. It touched the centers with its flaming mouth, as if a fiery kiss had broken their sleep, their centers. There is for the centers. Touched the centers with its flaming mouth. This is of course for the flaming serpent. As if a fiery kiss had broken their sleep, they bloomed and laughed, surcharged with light and breeze. They bloomed and laughed, surcharged with light and breeze. Perfect iambic meter. They bloomed and laughed, surcharged with light and bliss. Then the crown it joined the eternal space. The serpent is rising from below and joining the eternal space. The flower of the head, the flower of matter's base, the two, the top and the bottom. Sahasrara and Muladhara, the flower of the head, in the flower of matter space, in each divine stronghold and nature knot, it held together the mystic stream which joined the viewless summits with the unseen depths. The string of force that make the frail defend, safeguarding us against the enormous world. Yes, we are protected against the outside world. It is good that we are not aware because we are not ready. Our lines of self-expression in its vast and immense set of the original power. Again, he is describing that music. Wearing the mighty mother's form and face. Armed, bearer of the weapon. Now this, who is this mighty mother? As I said, the poet does not leave any phrase unexplained. He has talked here of the mighty mother. And that mighty mother now, the description of hers, armed, bearer of the weapon and the sign. She is holding in her hand the weapon and the sign, Trishula and the symbol, whose occult magic whose occult might no magic can imitate. Manifold at once she is set, a guardian force, a savior gesture guardian. She is guarding all these force, all these centers of the inner body, you see. A savior gesture stretched her lifted arm. That Abhaya Mudra is there, holding her hand like that. Yes, you are safe, you are safe, you are safe. Savior gesture stretched her lifted arm, and symbol of some native cosmic strength, a sacred beast lay prone below her feet. A silent, flame-eyed mass of living force. Again, who is the sacred beast? The sacred beast, silent, flame-eyed mass of living force. That's the lion at the feet of Durga, of the Divine Mother received. She is holding the trident in one hand and the symbol in the other hand. And at her feet is this lion force. So this is what we had seen last time. So with this coming down of this call from Savitri, that response from above, with that inrushing of each other, what happened? All underwent a high celestial change. It is then really the change can take place. When there is a call from below and there is an answer from above, then the celestial change can take place, the divine change. Breaking the blackened and what kind of change is this? It breaks the blackened conscience wall. It effaces the circles of ignorance. That's a change. Divinity is burst flaming forth. So the negative is done, the positive is now. Breaking the walls, effacing the circles. Divinity is flaming forth. Each part of the being trembling with delight, lay overwhelmed with tides of happiness, and saw her hand in every circumstance. She is now saying that yes, she is going to do everything, whatever is going to happen there. And saw her hand in every circumstance, and felt her touch in every limb and cell, even the very physical, is responding to that, is feeling that kind of a thing. And saw her hand in every circumstance and felt her touch in every limb and cell. In the country of the lotus of the head, in the country of the lotus of the head, which thinking mind has made its basis space. This is the first center. Sahasrara, 1,000-petal lotus. Lotus of the head. At the moment, that center is occupied by the thinking mind. We are not yet open to that. Our mental thing has blocked the cover of the center, which thinking mind has made its basis space. Second, in the castle of the lotus twixt the brows, here, Ajna Chakra, the second, Ajna Chakra. Whence it shoots the arrows of his sight and will. This is the center of knowledge and will, determination, sankalpa. From here. Here, all the 1,000 aspects of idea, force are there. Here, will and knowledge. It is that will now come into expression, will and knowledge. Twixt the brow, whence he shoots the arrows of his sight and will in the passage of the lotus of the throat, Vishuddha, the third center. 1, 2, 3. Lotus of the throat, where speech must rise and the expressing mind, and the harsh impulse run towards word and fact. A glad uplift and a new working came. A new working came. That is the aspect of celestial change. He's talking of celestial change, you see. So, the upper three centers, 1 year, 1 year, 3rd year. Now, it is from here that the word comes out, throat center. Word means the power of expression, of putting in definiteness, in manifestation, the divine idea, the divine force. Yes, idea is there, force is there, but how do you put here in action? It is from here. The word stands for expression in the creation. The castle of the lotus to the brows, in her simple, where speech must rise. Speech stands for that word, expression of giving a form, definiteness. Speech does not necessarily mean word in that sense. It can be painting, it can be music, it can be sculpture, any kind of a thing. It is from there it comes out, you see. A glad uplift and a new working came. So these three centers are described here, and then as a result of that, what happens? The immortal's thoughts, these are the centers in the head, basically, upper part, or the subtle body. What happens because of that? The immortal's thought displaced our bounded view. Obviously, it is not the mental mind which is thinking, but it is the immortal mind which is now finding out. Immortal's thoughts displace our trapped idea and sense. All things now bore a deeper, heavenlier sense. All things now bore a deeper. That is the celestial change, high celestial change. See how he is describing each aspect of it. You see.